Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone joining from different parts of the world. Omega Pyramid Dallas, PSSM Corporate, and Pyramid Valley International welcome you all to day 122 of Stillness Beat, a 365-day daily meditation program. So, friends, today being Saturday, we are with you with another session of Mad Stories, Making a Difference Stories. So, in these sessions, we bring you inspiring journeys of masters who are creating a difference through their service. We will explore what inspired these masters to step into the beautiful journey of giving. So, before we get into any conversation, let's begin the session as usual with meditation. So, I invite Master Sharath to conduct today's meditation. Hi, Sharath.
Hey, hi, Sirisha. Hope my audio is okay. All right. All right, masters, let's begin the meditation. Take 10 to 12 seconds time to quickly gather yourself. Find a quiet place, silence. Okay. The method what we are going to use is Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation, breath meditation. Steps are very simple. Sit comfortably, clasp your fingers, cross your feet, close your eyes, and be with your natural breath. Very simple. No other activity. Now quietly withdraw from everything what you're doing, including thinking. Before closing your eyes, scan your surroundings. See what all things are in your awareness already. It could be anything, no problem. Now slowly close your eyes. Now scan your body from head to toe for any sensations. Top of the head, back of the head, eyes, nose, then neck, front and back, chest, front and back, two hands, abdomen. Relax your body as you scan. Relax. Let go of any identity. Minimize the ego. Now, slowly but surely, bring your attention to the ongoing stream of breath. Relax. Inhalation, exhalation. From count 1 to 10, increasingly be with your breath. Exclude everything else. After exhalation, let inhalation begin. Don't interfere. Then, from that point onwards, be with the breath. 1, 2, 3. Be with the breath, masters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be with the breath, masters, for the next 10 minutes, intensely, sincerely. Don't chant any mantra, don't count, no judgment, no inner voice, no conversations. You be the observer, not the consumer or the doer. Observe your breath, no judgment. Be with the breath masters. Continue. Masters, we are at the space where there is energy, pure consciousness. From this space, let's heal ourselves and the world around us. Mentally repeat the following affirmations. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let's also make the following agreements with our life. Say to yourself, I will be impeccable with my words. I will not take anything personally. I will not make any assumptions. I will do my best at all the times. Be in this state for the next few minutes, Masters. Last 1 minute. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your palms together. Keep it on your closed eyelids. Slowly open your eyes to here and now. Excellent. Thank you for meditating with me. Over to you, Sirisha.
Thank you, Sharat, for that wonderful guidance. So I hope everyone is coming out of meditation. So let's move on to the next part of the session. I invite Sam to take forward. Unmute yourself.
Sirisha, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, I have joined from another device. Can you make that a co-host? I'll leave from here, please. It's breaking here.
Yeah. It's breaking. It got dropped off. Okay. Let's give a minute. Okay.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem.
So thank you again for wonderful meditations. And throughout the week, we were talking about Buddha consciousness and Buddha's teachings. Am I audible, Sirisha?
Yes.
All right. So today, being Saturday, the MAT stories, MAT stands for making a difference. So we have a master today from Melbourne, Kanchanji. Good morning, Kanchanji. Yeah, I can't hear you. Can you hear Sirisha? No, we can't. We can't hear. Okay. While you set it, I have a question for the participants. So we have gone through the teachings of Buddha. So now I have a question for the participants before anyone asks any doubts. Why are we choosing breath as a tool? Why not something else? This was discussed many times before on this session, right from the first week itself. So anyone who wants to share their view on this, they can raise the hand and answer while Kanchan rectifies. Right. Yeah, Kanchan, once you're ready, you can just do a test.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are. So the question is very simple. Why breath as a tool in meditation? Why not something else? So please type in your answers. Sirisha have a note of all the answers, all the responses. We will come back to the question. So Kanchanji, thank you for coming once again. So who are you? Where are you from?
Thank you so much, sir. That's the most
We'll
difficult
start
question,
with
like for which the journey all about you're asking, like how it started.
yeah,
Okay.
no. Where are you from? Basically, you are now in Melbourne, but where are you from? Otherwise,
Right, sir. So first of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, sir. Like sharing all about me and on the platform. Definitely, it's a very prestigious platform at this moment. Like everybody is looking at it, and so coming back to the question, the one you asked about like where I am from, let's go with this, not straight way to the spiritual content we are going to add on. We'll start the journey, how my journey started. Like I can say with the as time of the birth to till today, my both parents, my biological and the in-laws, they nurtured me hand in hand materialistically. One of them is making me ready materialistically, and another one was preparing me for my spiritual journey, the one I'm going through now. So how I remember, like since childhood, I had been like the person who is used to be very, very confident in the questioning why I can't do this and that. So my dad, he always supported me. He want me to do all those things, which in North India, that time the engineering was not so much popular. And again, the financials and everything was the barrier that time for my dad. But he made everything possible for me because he just wanted to prove that, okay, being a girl, she cannot be stopped any place. Even in my college days, he used to inquire from my teachers that am I doing all the job by my own self? Like, am I taking any support from a male energies because I'm entering into the male world? And if I'm entering, I need to be possessing all the qualities. So that was my dad's job. He made me ready to face the world the way it was, where I need to be confident, taking my all things independently the moment I came out for the work. Like it hasn't been seen where I'm living, with whom I'm living, who are my like the room partners and everything. He just left everything on me. So that's the belief, strength, and I can say the confidence. It came from my dad. So he used to be the very good speaker, and that's quality, the biologically, like genetically, he dropped in me. But with my mom, she's always been very spiritually deep inside, and he was keep nurturing me by by seeing her when she used to do the prayers at home and how the way she explained to everybody. The questions always came in my mind like, okay, the being in a religion, it doesn't make you to adapt the things the way it is. You need to know the reasons. And that's how she used to explain the puja, the one it is, she used to do with my grandma, that what is the significance of doing everything, all the mantras, how it makes significant. So the journey started from there to explore more why you are here. And there are definitely few things where I was not being in the agreement that how it can be happen in the Jainism, because by birth I opted Jainism to be there. So I born in a Jain family, and there the most thing which hurt me, it was being said that the females, they cannot touch the idols, and there won't be a liberation when you are in a female body. And that was the biggest question for me. No, that cannot be happen. Like if you believe in the universe, like it being everybody, like same for everyone, then how this difference can be there? Anyhow, the journey keep on going from there. And then I got
So
my
I'm coming
partner.
back to my question. Where are you
Yep.
from?
So I am the, yes, sir, that's I need to take on. So I'm from North India, the city of Faridabad, where I born in Gurgaon, but yes, completed all my education and everything, did my engineering and then job there, and then get married at that same place. Married to
Okay.
Chandigarh, moved to the different zone entirely, and that was the biggest shift in my life again. And
So are you spiritual from the childhood, or what brought you into meditation?
so spiritual, definitely I was like, it's the parallel was going on. But yes, if you say about the conscious journey of mine, it started later stages when I was completely aware what I'm doing now at this moment. And yes, I started when I was back in Melbourne in 2018. I've been here in 2021. I started my conscious journey completely being aware.
Why did you try meditation, madam?
Okay. So again, like maybe I'm just going with little more, but yeah, for everybody there is a reason like why we come into the spirituality path. For me, the two reasons normally it was a mixture. Like either it's too much of luxury in your life or too much of suffering in your life. With me, my luxury become the reason of my suffering, or the sufferings was there. So for more than 10 years, I've always been in the pain of like the pain of my in my head. Like this was the migraine, stress and everything. And it was so intense, like the whole 10 years, been in different countries with my husband. We couldn't get the solution wherever we were going, everywhere. Everybody was just maintaining it with some of the pills, but no way I was getting any relief from that pain. So I was carrying it 24 by 7, even with the help of all the medicines. So that was my changed over time when I was here in the Melbourne with one of the specialists, and he gave me the final solution for my headaches as the pain management. He said there is no cure of it. And in the on the go of this path, I met with one of the neurologists in Chandigarh. He is the Art of Living follower, and he told me already like there is as such no solution of these headaches. So you need to change lot many things in you. I started doing Art of Living course, like being in Art of Living, being with Sadhguru, being with PKs, doing everything, getting the temporary relief, but there was nothing which was saying that, okay, I'm okay now, I can practice this. But the day when my specialist gave me the pain management that I need to take the injections in my head if I want to feel there is no pain. So I asked him, what is this kind of injection? He said it's a Botox. Like he could, clearly didn't mention, but when I Google it was a Botox, like making no sensation so you won't feel the pain. But that day was like I broke down completely and I promised it to myself. This cannot be the solution. I need to find out myself. And the day I got my first mentor, as Madam Manjula was there, she used to come to one of her common friend and she used to share the stories about how one person can meditate while she's standing outside as well, and that make me more like the not the curiosity, it was like how somebody can meditate while it is standing in. But yes, that the way I straightway called Manjula, like, can you help me? I'm in pain and I wanted to start meditation. I wanted to help myself. She sent me some videos. Those were the COVID days. I had gone through, and then I become like I can say I was turned completely mad about it. That because that was the only way for me. There is nothing for me to where I can work on myself, and from there I started my journey, sir. The day.
And did meditation help you for your migraine?
So the journey start on, like I remember that was kind of the, I say it's my second birthday, 5th of August 2021. That day I sat in first time in meditation. Nothing happened. Like I felt something, listening the music and everything. But in the night there was the group meditation session. And when I was there on the very first day itself, I felt like something happened on my forehead. Like why I'm feeling so much pain is there. Like somebody has hammered it completely. Like it was the hammering. And then I felt too much of the light in me, light and fire. And it was that much that my belly was able to feel the heat. And this happens only for the fraction of seconds. And I was in the fear because this was the first day. I haven't experienced anything before. I came out and then I called her, hey, I just did. What was it? She said, okay, whatever happened. Like she hasn't given me any explanation of it, but just said the simple thing. Be in surrender, Kanchanji. That's the only key. No fear, just surrender. And the next 5 days, the whole process keep on going. I was meditating like 4 hours in a day, making the small, like 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5. And in those 5 days, I can say now the technical word I can use for that, they explained me later that it was nothing, it was the astral surgeries happened to your head because it happened section wise. So like my head, I couldn't touch before. But when that surgery happened on one side, I was checking, oh, there is nothing on this side, but yes, still there is pain. So after 5 days, the miraculous healing I have felt, and there was no traces of pain on those moments with me. So the 10 years sufferings gone in 5 days.
Wow. Wow, wonderful. So what do you think has happened in meditation that you got healed? What happened?
Basically, I can say, sir, it was the first is the energy deficiency. Definitely, it was. But the most important, I feel, the when I surrendered myself, like to now we can talk the words. There is the universe, and if the God was there, I gave. It is the kind of the statement I passed on the first one when I sat in the meditation, that I am using it in a little bit of a Hindi. Hey Parampita, I am just sitting today, surrendering myself completely to you. Now it is your choice whether you keep me or take me. But I won't be crossing my life with this pain in the next year. So that way of surrenderance, it gave me the feel like, okay, it was me only. I surrendered it to myself. And I can say, okay, I created my life by myself. I took the charge of my own, being with the breath, coming in the present moment, leaving the past behind. And yes, in the present moment, when I was completely there, completely dedicated, the energy made the first level of healing for myself, where I was completely healed. And the later the journey keep on going with the wisdom and all, where I was able to see myself like how I need to be conscious with the soul level, like so that I should not attract these pains, because I was just involved in the materialistic world so much, enjoying the luxury, forget about my purpose and everything where I meant to be. Why I was being nurtured by my parent, my mother, my father-in-law, he was nurturing me slowly and slowly about the spirituality. But my total focus was only on the materialistic things. So in meditation, it just brought me at the present moment where I need to be. And in that moment, I become aware. And yes, the first thing happened with the energy level, and then I follow my path.
You can as well surrender to a god or something, right? Why did you do the surrender only in meditation? Why didn't you do it before? To any god
Sorry,
of
sir,
your
can you just
choice.
say it again? Sorry, can you repeat it?
This you surrendered to meditation, right? So why you didn't surrender before? Before coming into meditation, you can do the surrender as well to God, right?
Sir, I can say where it's a human nature. Like, when you see the structure in front of you, you give your things to. Like, I had said lot many times in front of Lord Mahavira, like, okay, I'm in pain, take it. But the only thing is that time the belief was that somebody else will come and help me. But while I was in meditation, it was the indirect way where I surrendered it to myself. I gave the charges to myself that I want to come out, and that was whole my plan to be with these sufferings, and the suffering becomes the medium for me. So I chose the way how I will be connecting back to myself, and the meditation is the one where the no mind state where I connected to my own true self and being back. So I think that's that kind of the surrender helped me to come out from the sufferings that moment.
Beautiful. It is more of a bhakti kind of, not bhakti kind of surrender. It's more of an acceptance and a trusting kind of
Yes,
surrender
sir.
in meditation where you are with yourself. Buddha said, Apodipo bhava. You are a light unto yourself, right? So
Yes.
you have to help yourself. You have to walk the path. You have to get the benefits. You have to learn from your pains, right? Wonderful experience, madam. So what happened after that? You got healed, and after getting healed, migraine is gone. You should forget meditation, ideally, right? Get- Why did you stick to meditation?
Okay, so the major contribution I can give it to my mentors, like from day one, they like how you are being nurtured by your parents. So now it was the duty of my spiritual parents completely. So it's Manjula and Madam Subhadra was there. They were like with me, and I was listening the content and much on the YouTubes, everything was available those days. And when I was listening to Patriji's one of the point, I heard the same time, like everyone can be the master. Like he said, like you are a master. You need not to wait for anything. So when he mentioned you love, if you understand A, go and just spread A. So for that, I was already ready being mean, okay, I know that A because I have healed myself with A. And the another part in me, when you had seen yourself in suffering, the law of attraction worked. And you see the people, those were in the suffering, they used to come to me and talk about the same. So now I know the suffering is all around, and that is the ignorance, nothing more than that. So now I wanted to come as a help to first my friends, those were in my immediate circle, that hey, I healed myself. And even I can say I need not to say out, make a noise, because people were aware that how much sick I used to be. But when they saw me after 3 days, like I'm improving, my relatives and everybody, when they get it, then the things like from my dad, from my mom, hey, she's fine now. So the word of mouth, it was keep on going to everyone, and they were asking me, hey, how you help yourself. So the need of outside and the urge inside me to help others. So it's connect me back, and the guidance of your mentors, it just keep me on the proper path, how to deliver it now. So from there, my mentors guide me to, in the first 41 days, I had been put on the path of the service, the importance of the service. And then Patriji said कि only dhyan cannot help. So dhyan, gyan, sajjan, sangat and seva. These everything go hand in hand. So it took me little time to understand how these things go hand in hand. But yes, the surrender somewhere in between, like within me, it came to the words as well. Like if he say, I just believed it first and then experimented how it goes hand in hand. So after that, yeah, I started the service part as well, sir.
How does service help? I understood how meditation helps from your experience.
Okay.
How does service help?
Service helps, like one way I sit in meditation, close my eyes, keep feeling like, okay, I'm getting energy, feeling good experiences, taking out some books. Yes, I started reading the books, going more and more. Now, after that, I heard such one concept, give and take. Give and take. And he mentioned very clearly why people want to take first before give. If you have something already with you and you are ready to give, why don't you start giving it first? So from there, I pick the points. Okay, I'm ready with first thing. I know the meditation. Let me start with it. Definitely, it was the very much conscious as my brain that I am giving. So the service start not with the selflessness, like it was the acceptance in me, but I was doing the service. Okay, the service I started by generating a small flyer, propagate it in my all local groups. But then that day, I realized my first step when I put up the flyer, our group, the one we were holding in Australia, there were few people were there. We were joining and doing meditation that day. The group was getting the flood of more than 50 to 60 people in one day. So that day I got first message that if you cannot teach, even you can be the torch for many. So it is up to you what you are ready for at this moment. If my one message can be it's just a lamp, like people must be waiting, they wanted to do it. And I had shown a platform that where they can come and experience. And that gave me the very feel good factor. It was not the ego, but yeah, feel good factor was there that yes, I was able to make a little difference in somebody's life by showing the path. Now it's their own journey, how they will be following. But yes, from there, I took my first one.
So what exactly you got from service? I know you're
The
happy.
happiness, the kind of happiness I feel always, I cannot define it in words, but otherwise, by doing the service, I felt sometimes I'm evolving by myself. Like even doing something, it is giving, it is increasing my consciousness all around. I'm becoming more and more aware. So the expansion we had gone through with a lot many things, and we heard it to happen in the two ways. One is vertical and one is horizontal. When I'm doing it for myself only, reading, studying, and everything, it maybe I'm going to evolve only in one direction. But when we do the service, we expand horizontally. Like you go up as well as you expansion is happening all around you. So that's a feeling of love, compassion, the consciousness, and the happiness. Like everything increased in me when I came in service. And that's a
Beautiful.
byproduct. I feel like it's a byproduct of doing it.
They say that happiness and sorrow are the states of mind, but satisfaction and joy belong to the soul. Are you trying to say you derived a lot of satisfaction and joy?
That's so true, sir. Happiness is definitely is a temporary one that I got on the first one, but now the state has been changed. So it's not the approach where I wanted to do the service for some kind of the objective purpose, but it is just happening from me because it's just within me, which gives me the pleasure, which is making me the joyful always.
But when you start meeting people on the name of service, there are a lot of things that we don't like in people. Uh, it's not it's quite natural that people may not like you or you may not like certain things in them. It gets difficult. There comes a point where it's like, why am I doing this? Did it ever happen to you?
Sir, why I'm doing it? It is like I can say the doubt never come up, but the ego turned up. Ego, definitely it came in me when this I become very prominent in me at one point of time. And parallelly, like I was working with Dr. GK, who worked with the spiritual tablets, and my shoulder pains were intense those days. So it is like my service was going objectively that I have the pains and the concepts and everything says, like the Louis says, if you have the shoulder pains, it's a responsibility and all and everything. And if you go with the more and service, like the selfless one, you can come out from these pains. But I was doing, but there was I always been there, which was being associated. I was able to come out from it with the help of someone. But yes, it stayed with me for some time.
I'm not just talking about the physical problems that you get for yourself, but in the friendships and the relationships, sometimes agreeing to something common, coming to consensus. You work with a team, and it's not very easy to work with people. Each mind has a different way of thinking, and everyone is attached to their own thought processes, right? So how do you evolve while doing service, while working with people in that
Right, sir.
aspect?
Yeah, like I realized few days back, even like while talking to people about the service, those are in service even when we are making our discussions, and if there is some thought in me, like okay, like if you find as a team, the team has given you an opportunity, okay, you lead the operation, you lead this work, and you define everything, do the planning. And that time I felt if even I am talking with someone with the expectation in my mind that this person should take this work, and I realized that the person is feeling already like they had the heaviness while they are talking to me. That gave me the reminder that I need to be neutral now while I'm talking, even about the services part. But yes, definitely, those are in services. Everybody is having their own thought process about the service, why they are in service. Some people come only for their personal evolve, like how we talk about the we want to do the service, but only to get our satisfaction of at the physical level that I can feel happy. And even at the soul level, they want to grow, but they do not believe in the service. And that time, the conflicts we had seen in our team lot many times, it happens. But again, as Patriji gave a liberty to everyone, so whenever they are ready, they can come back. And whenever they are doing like the services with wholeheartedly, we are working together. But it happened a lot, sir.
Wonderful. Now, you talked about Patriji. Did you ever interact with him?
Yes, sir. Only like I got one chance to speak with him, and I feel like everybody transit me to up to that level before. Like it was 22 when I spoke with him, and he was traveling in a car, and I was sharing my experience how I came out from 10 years of suffering, and the day the
Okay.
network
Was
got
it a
disconnected.
meeting in person or on
No,
Zoom or
sir.
something?
It was a Zoom meeting. I didn't get chance
Oh,
to see him in
okay.
person, but yes, it was a Zoom meeting. It was his desire to meet the Australia team. He was like chasing up with his secretary that time, and her daughter was working with PSSM Australia, and they managed to work that meeting. And the meeting when I was sharing Patriji, like when I shared my experience with Patriji, like the connection disconnect that time because he was traveling in the car, but he sent a message from the master to me that tell that girl whatever she is doing, do not leave the path anytime, just keep working. And that was the message for me, and I'm taking it till now. It's for
Beautiful.
me.
And how unique is PSSM for you, madam? Because there are so many opportunities, there are so many other spiritual organizations as well. What is the unique thing about PSSM that keeps you in PSSM and work for PSSM Australia?
Sir, with the PSSM, the most beautiful thing is again the liberty. You're always having a free will to work on. So the PSSM principles, it's always helped me to understand that I am the God, I am the creator, and everything. And that liberty has been given in PSSM completely to attach yourself. And those Patrijis thought that we can work wherever we want till how long I feel associated, I can be there. So there won't be any questioning anytime, there won't be any judgment anytime. And that gave me my full 100% that I can be there. But yes, about the PSSM Australia, because when we came here, we were working here, we found that yes, we need the existence of PSSM here as well on the Australia earth, like the at this point, and we want to give our own contribution, being a pyramid master, and that's how we started working with PSSM Australia. And I feel always being associated like it's my second home where I am working on.
Yeah, PSSM in India is different. Law of the land is different, and invest, and it's a different culture. How different it will be when you start PSSM? Anything different you need to do, or is it the same? Can you go with all 18 principles, or what? How do you see it?
Definitely not, sir, because the land create the psychology, and the psychology create the human tendency. Like everywhere, it is different. So when you are on the land of Australia, definitely you need to work on a different mode. The first thing is like in India, I feel the Australia in India, the only difference I found in Australia, people are more in power. There is no fear consciousness here. And when there is no fear, it's not really easy to work on. When you are on the ground and you are telling people like how these things works. Like if I go out and tell somebody to sit and do meditation going to help. I believe like we had done it, but nobody believed it immediately. Because that this layer of being in the power, like no fear in you, sometimes it doesn't give you easy way to connect to yourself. The power, the when you speak about the who am I of the Manipura, I felt it like it is more the people are here in the power. And when the things around you is having a layer of power, it's hard to break down. It's not easy to go and like present your things in the way we have presented in India. So you need to go with all scientific ways, with all baselines when you are talking to someone. You need to be very mindful with the person with whom you are talking. Are you making any kind of the breach or the privacy in their own life? Like even if I'm conducting a meditation session at my home, the if I talk about the local of the Australian, they do not want to come because it is a kind for them. They do not want to come in anybody's premises. So the challenges keep on coming at the infrastructure level, at the thought pattern level. So everywhere we are facing these challenges. But yes, slowly we are understanding the things. We are learning the standards of the land and preparing ourselves for the next, like the program, whatever, like next coming years, if we are planning to do something.
Yeah, but is there a need for meditation there? Is my question.
Definitely, sir. Need is
Why
everywhere.
do you think so?
So the power makes the ego more like it is not something like everybody is in their own zone. And when you
Mhm.
are on your own zone, the energies become more like the layer become more thicker. And you can see like in the land of Australia, there is no fear, but there is the loneliness all around. That is a very clear observation I had been uh, taking about the kids. They know their rights, everything, but still the mental clarity is required to take the decision. I was reading one of the article that we are talking about dementia, it is happening with the old age people. But now in Australia, 80% of our youngsters are going in the stage of that. So the factor has increased 478 times in the past from this time. So the need is definitely here, But yes, we are still not able to make that much sound or that much efforts which is required for this land.
You work for an educational institution, I
Yes,
think,
ma'am.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you see the kids more closely. Did you ever try to see the response by introducing meditation to any of them? How are they receiving?
Sir, I always been in the where mood. Like my day starts with what is my purpose with my workplace. So it should be like everyday purpose, every moment purpose. So how I make the difference, like when I'm there in my office, the people used to come and they come and say, we came here to just say hello. And that day I thought, like, how somebody can just leave their lecture and coming to me and saying hello. And I said, okay, it's really nice that you came all the way to say hello to me, even the kids. But why? They said the kind of happiness in the smile which we see on you, it just give a attraction to talk to you. And then I get a room always to talk about why I feel this much of joy within me. Even I'm working in such a stressful role of like earlier, my role was very stressful, being always time on the system. But the people come consciously to meet me and say hello. And from that small room, I explain how the meditation and mindfulness is very important. The first thing I observed, if you start with the meditation, it the spread because people think the meditation is something, it's an old age people thing, and it is the Indian kind of thing more. Yeah. From there I started talking about the mindfulness. When you will be mindful, it's nothing, it's meditation, it will lead you to that state. And yes, whenever I get chance, I start teaching there. Even I started the beginners group before like last year, just because of my teachers in the school. I spoke with my leadership within the talks, how I was sick and how I cure myself. So using my common sense always. That was like I learned a lot from Patriji's, one of the few lessons I learned, that you need to be conscious while you are talking with whom you are talking and how to present the things. So if it is a student, I talk about giving the example how I experimented with my daughter. Like yesterday itself, the one of the child she mentioned, like she hasn't, the question was, is the happiness is more important than success? Do you agree? And she started crying. She was from a background where the girls is not giving the leverage to do lot many things. And from there I got the room and explained how you can do these small things and you can feel it. So yes, I always keep on introducing these things, and I spoke with my leadership. They want me to help the teachers with the meditation and mindfulness, like how they can manage their stress being in this environment.
Wonderful. One last question is uh, working as an individual, volunteering as an individual, and volunteering as an organization. How will that make a difference? Now
Sir,
you're
it
working
comes.
as Kanchan. What will, I mean, once you register PSSM Australia and you work as PSSM Australia, how different things are going to be?
With if I work as a Kanchan, I go and just knock any door. I present myself that I'm doing this. That's okay. But when it is talk about the PSSM, we come with the responsibilities what we are carrying, how we are presenting. It is not me, it is the PSSM movement which is going to talk about. So while I am going out now, it is now people do not know me as Kanchan, more in my surrounding. They know me like it is the PSSM Australia we are talking about. The very important thing, again, the awareness and the mindfulness. We need to be very, very much like remain very careful what we are talking and what we are telling to the people. Are we following all the 18 principles? What Patriji has given to us. Maybe we can say a little bit of the modification required as we spoke about the land, how we can present the things. The presentation should be as per the land requirement, wherever following the ethics as well, whatever has been set for this moment. So it's not very easy to go as an organization rather going individual.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'll come back to take a message from you for all the fellow participants of Stillness Beat. Stillness Beat gives highest importance to the practice. And of course, the Saturdays are for the stories of volunteers. where we also understand the importance of service. As you said, you meditate, you evolve personally. At the same time, how universe does the interaction with you when you start serving, and how your own ego pops up, and you will see more opportunity to work on yourself when you're into service. So what misses out when you're not in service is this extra, you are in your world, and you think that you're perfect, but when you go out, meet people and do things, then you see where you lack patience, you lack acceptance, you lack love sometimes. So all these things will pop up, and you will start working. If you don't identify these areas, you'll never start working on these areas. So it's very, very important to have service along with meditation. That will help us evolve faster, and also you will have those extra benefits from universe as per the law of giving. Anyways,
Yep.
so
Yep.
I will be taking your message for everyone, but before that, I want to go back to that question, Sirisha. Any responses? And also, let's hear from Sharath if he's there on the call. Let him respond to the responses.
Yeah, so the question was why breath, right? Yeah, I see the
Right.
responses. Mind becomes empty when breath is observed. To emptying the mind to become one with our own consciousness, so we have to use breath. So that was one answer.
Okay.
Um, and the other one, Shivani Goyal, is saying breath is always present, regardless what we are doing, and acts as an anchor. The mind can focus on one thing only. So when we focus on breath, the rest everything pauses.
Beautiful. These are the responses. So do we have Sharath?
Yeah, but he's not. Yes.
Yeah, breath is
Yes.
from the time we are born till death, from joy. Wonderful. Throughout. So we have these answers. Breath gives us emptiness and always present, and it helps as an anchor, and it is there always. Sharath, apart from these, any other uh, reasons that you want to underline why breath?
Yeah, so the background is the mind has tendency to either always move from the present moment to either past or to the future, right? And that oscillation causes all the flutter waves in your mind. It generates so many thoughts that it obscures what you are really, right? Then you need something which is always happening in the present, right? It is quite a logic. Don't even think about spirituality, right? It is a simple logic that breath always happens in present moment. There's nothing called past breath or future breath, right? Breath is happening now. You can always observe breath in that moment only. So what it does to the mind is,
Sorry to interrupt, Sharath. Breath always happens, right? It is not happening just now. It has been happening. It will happen, right? Till I die.
yes, yeah.
What do you mean by it is happening in the present?
So when you say happening in the present means the breathing, what is, the physiological aspect of breathing, right? The breath flow, right? That is happening at that moment, right? That particular moment by moment, it is happening, right? And
You
each
mean you mean you can be it can be observed only in the present moment.
correct, it can be observed
Okay,
only.
got it.
Yeah, so you cannot say that, you I observed. It's a grammatically wrong statement, right? I am observing breath last, in 10 minutes before breath, right? That is impossible, right? So you
Yeah.
should always be in the present moment to observe the breath. And that what it does is, one more minute, right? What it does is, it will put all the efforts to bring mind to the current moment, right? It is a very good exercise where mind can be freed from oscillation from, future to past, past to future. And then in time, what happens is mind becomes, that is what is the essence of stillness, right? The stillness is not there, it is going here and there. So as you practice daily, it will be in the present moment, right? Automatically. And that is when you start feeling the stillness and more, and the potential of lot of things which will come into your awareness is possible because mind is free. So mind can grasp more things, which is actually, it it can, but because of that oscillation, it is not able to, right? So we need mind, right? As long as your body, with mind only, we can actually improve our or expand our awareness.
So apart from bringing it to present moment, like it brings our mind, keeps our mind in the present moment, awareness in the present moment. Apart from that, any big reasons why breath?
This is the major reason why you are with breath, right? And then because that is the main essence, right?
Right.
And another thing is like, breath is so essential, so interleaved with your living, right? So we only know one aspect. It is keeping us alive, right? That we know. We don't have to. One which is keeping you alive and making you do all good things, whatever it is, right? Enjoying whatever, right? You cannot have aversion to such kind of stuff, right? So there is no aversion, right?
Right.
At the same time, there is, because it is happening, right? It is given to you. It is going on. You're not making any special effort to breathe. It is happening. It is given freely, abundantly. Therefore, there is no craving also. Both are
Right.
gone, right?
Right.
So it's a very neutral thing, right? If something which is given abundantly, right? When you practice giving it without limitations, that creates a neutrality and your ability to receive both. So when you do this, what happens is cosmos does this. When you are in breathe, when breathe is so neutral and you are observing on that, cosmos bestows you with lot of cosmic energy, right? That's what happens, right? And that cosmic energy is going to do a lot of wonders for you, right? It is going to cleanse your body, your you will become more comfortable, more stable in meditation, whatnot, right? So, so that abundance is creating more abundance for you. The abundance of breathing, right? Neutrality. So that's what I observed, right?
Beautiful.
Every time I spend lot of time with, breath. It's my experience, right? In next 2-3 days, I will have a big present from the cosmos.
Mm,
Pretty sure. I know what I was thinking this should happen. After 3 or 4 days, I practice it. It is with me. So that's how cosmos works, right? So
beautiful.
be with your
Beautiful.
breath.
So
Yeah.
to sum it up, when you are with breath, you are neither with present, neither with past nor with future, and you are not in a craving mode because you don't crave for more breath or something, and you cannot create an aversion towards breath. So no craving, no aversion, no past, no future. That's the state Buddha was asking us to practice, right? So when you are with breath, naturally you are in this state, and that tool is always with you whenever you want to. And as I share the same experience, whenever I sit for long meditations, always I saw that either the problems that you have, you naturally get solved without your effort, or sometimes you receive the positive gifts which you didn't expect. So longer meditations have helped me so much. Thank you for your response and guidance throughout the week, Sharath. It was a very important week of Buddha Purnima, and you took us into the Buddha consciousness along with the daily practices that you are guiding. Thank you so much. And yes, coming back to Kanchanji, your message to Stillness Beat group participants and all the team members.
The only message, sir, the service, it's such an important tool in my life where I feel always whenever I'm connecting, now in a state of doing it selfless without I, you need not to even plan anything for yourself, as you said, mentioned already. You are getting it already before you think even. So whatever we can do, just start with that. So there is the two ways of doing the service. The first way, what is the best strength of mine, and what is my best desire which I want to learn. So the two areas I always suggest everyone to look for the service for yourself, because service will give you the horizontal expansion where we can feel the joy, contentment, compassion, love. It's automatically everything, like these are the byproduct. While you work on this path, you start achieving it and forget about the materialistic things. It comes the way you work on bit by bit. If you step one step ahead, there is something, one thing has been sorted materialistically for you. And I had experienced it beautifully, beautifully, how the universe gave me the things in return where I was not aware what I'm doing. It just replicate for me. So being the consciousness to serve. And about the ego part, how we can deal with our ego, the best is the Sajan Sangache. Always keep talking to your fellow partners, those are with you, fellow meditators, and your mentors whenever you feel that something is erupting in you. Because if you are aware, you can feel that ego might be not at one moment, but yes, if the 5 moments will go off, at the sixth moment you will realize that yes, it is in me somewhere. So better to leave that sixth minute, go back, talk to your mentor, talk to your fellow meditators, and just realize at that moment that how it is not like the ego is required to evolve, jealousy is required, but it should not impact you what you are doing at that moment. So that's all from my side, sir. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk.
Thank you so much for coming to Stillness Beat. And I know there are so many beautiful team members of yours who joined today witnessing this session. Hi to all of them. And we will see them on the future sessions. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you. Thank you all. Over to you, Sirisha.
Yeah, so before concluding, I have one question from the WhatsApp group. So one of the participants was asking why we are supposed to close our eyes during meditation, why no light should enter while we are meditating. So that was a question from one of the participants.
For this, Patriji's answer was eyes are the doors of mind. The moment you see something, you will start thinking about it, even if you don't want to. That's why in Vipassana, they ask us to do Aryaman. Even if you look into someone's eyes, the communication starts. Mind is so active, it gets into thoughts, it starts, so the moment you close your eyes, you have nothing else but what is inside to contemplate. So you close the total outside. So dark rooms are for initial meditators. Once you set you're deep into meditations, it doesn't matter whether you're in a dark room or not. But for initial beginners, you know, it is helpful. Yes, we can unmute Anju Arora, madam. Sharad, you
Thank you,
can.
sir.
Sorry, madam. Sharad, do you want to add something before we go to Anju?
I think you nailed it, right? So all other things, all other sense organs, right? Sense. It requires some kind of object, specifically, but eye doesn't. So moment your eyes are open, it is always in contact of objects, right? And each contact will raise so many thoughts in your mind, and that is what you want to reduce, right? And still the mind, right? It won't happen. It's very difficult. That stage achieving with eyes open, still meditating will happen later. But now, as a beginner, I include myself also, to be very honest. I still can't do meditation with eyes open. Something moves, I'm get distracted, right? So you have to always close your eyes. Light has
Wonderful.
no impact. Light has no impact. There is another aspect. Light has no impact. It doesn't matter. It is all about any forms, because your form is actually very intensely sensed when you're seeing at it. Form, right? That form will as is get into your mind, right? And it creates thoughts. But when you close, all forms are dissolved. And like you said, Sam, right? You are with your internal world. So light has no impact actually. You can sit in mid you know, in the sun, right? Open, but still you can meditate, but your eyes needs to be closed. So
So
mind has.
I mean, reason why I asked this is I'm still struggling at a very beginner stage and still struggling with my thoughts all the time. So many a time, and when we sit for the meditation, like I'm from India, Delhi part. So the sun nowadays come around 5:50, 5:55, 6. So earlier, at times I would look at the sky at the rising sun. So since last many more than 100 days, I am now sitting for the meditation, still struggling with my thoughts. So sometimes when I, get upset with myself, why I can't feel anything, why I can't get that feeling, the very first thing that lack of, thoughtlessness also I cannot experience. So sometimes I open my eyes to look at the sun because I go to the terrace, sit there, look at the sun, my taking some energy from the cosmic force. So that is the reason why I asked this. What do I do then? I'm still fighting with all the time with my thoughts. So I at times open up my eyes.
Sharath, you make people practice every day. You are supposed to answer this.
So that is what I keep telling in the meditation, right? Don't fight, right? So so this is what are the few problems just by observation, right? You have expectations. That is the first thing. It is very clear that you have expectations. That expectation is, I want to have thoughtless mind. So let me tell you, with this expectation, you're never going to be thoughtless. And first of all, why thoughtless? We don't even know why thoughtless, right? Second thing. Another thing is like, if you fight with thoughts or anything, right? Then it will create more ripples, right? ऐसे थोड़े ना होता है, like if you actually put a pebble in a lake, to stop that waves, you don't put another pebble in that. There will be more waves and there will be more friction, right? You should never do it. So in meditation, what should happen is it should be you sit with no expectations. I keep telling no judgment, no analysis, not even counting what you are looking at an object, nothing. Don't give anything to the mind. You want to still the mind and you are giving more ammunition to the mind. Don't do that. Learn the art of reducing the commands you want to give to your mind, right? Keep down, right? How to do it? Do like this. I will not think. You are already not breathing. That is another reason why we take breathing, right? Breathing is happening without your command. Observe that. Understand the nature of your breath. That's why if you see very carefully, I say this command repeatedly and there is a lot of importance. I say after exhalation, please understand this. After exhalation, you don't take inhalation, right? Inhalation starts on its own without your effort, without your expectation, right? Without anything, right? It starts on its own. And be with that particular breath without any expectations. Just be with the breath. You said you are watching the sun. While you are watching the sun, are you really watching the sun rising from the horizon? Or along with that, you're doing something else?
I'm just watching the sun. I go to the terrace and
Yeah, if that is happening, then your oscillation of mind will naturally stop, right? It will stop and you will achieve stillness.
yes, there
So
is some.
yeah, so practice is when you meditate, close your eyes, don't have any expectations, don't have a goal saying that, today I am gonna reach a stage. Moment you put such kind of stuff, the meditation won't happen. Meditation should happen quite naturally, right? You should sit, leave everything, just as if you are waiting in front. I think Sam gives one very beautiful example, right? I think long back I remember. You go to Shiva temple, right? In Shiva temple, the Nandi sits in front of Shiva, right? Waiting eternally for Shiva to give darshan. As simple as that. And Nandi doesn't know when that darshan will happen. Just waiting. waiting without expectation. I know it is difficult, it requires a lot of practice, right?
No,
Just observe. Yeah.
this part that you answered was with respect to expectations. I understood. Thanks for that. But just let me know, like, if I am watching sun, looking at sun, and I'm with the meditation. So how does how does it make a difference? Like, where compared to keeping my eyes closed?
First thing, Anjuji, today we had a message from Kanchan. She said she surrendered to meditation. So you are given 5 steps to get into meditation. Sit comfortably, clasp your hands, cross your feet, close your eyes, and be with your breath. So please surrender to this process. What happens when we mix up things is we go nowhere. You do sun gazing separately. You do any other breathing techniques you are doing, do them separately. But surrender totally when you are trying one technique. So do all the 5 steps and then see. Surrender to the technique because it is not given by anyone other than the great Master Buddha, right? There should be something in it. So the mind is restless, the mind is impatient. That's what we are trying to fix. It will come up with so many intelligent ideas. Why not try this? Why not try this? To escape being focused on one thing. Mind doesn't like its own death. Nobody likes their own death, right? So mind, we are going to know mind state, which means mind will die and awareness will be there. And mind doesn't like it. It comes with its own natakbazi. So understand that it is not you. That's the intelligence that you need to use. That it is mind. It's not me. Mind is saying you're not going anywhere. You're not getting anything. Why don't you try this? That is mind. That's not you. We are fixing it. So give importance to the observer and the breath than that mind. Mind will keep doing these things at various levels. It comes up with most beautiful ideas. You just don't know. One example in Vipassana, they say that you go and sit there for so long, your mind is so intelligent, it will start judging your meditation. It says, this meditation was so good, and this meditation not at all good. Who is saying that? That is mind, and we are trying to get rid of mind in meditation, and mind is so trying to take control of our own, opinions about meditation. So you've got to be very smart. Don't give up to the tactics of mind.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Sirisha.
Thank you. So, thank you, Sampath. Thank you, Sharath, and thank you, Kanchan ma'am, for that wonderful, sharing your journey into the service. Yeah. So, I think we can wrap it up, right? Yeah. Yes. So, thank you all for joining today. So, all the best to the Kanchan ma'am and to your team. So, we'll see you all, friends, tomorrow at the same time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.